We are live. Welcome aboard THP. How are y'all doing tonight? For those of you that the lunatic fringe that decided to join us as we discuss all things the rivalry brought to us by not only THP but UST Mamiya and all their greatness. We're gonna talk a little bit about our teams. We're not making picks tonight. This is a little unusual. Usually we're talking about other people playing, right?
That's right.
Usually we are sitting here sort of breaking down what we think is going to happen in someone else's event, but this event is tailor-made for the two of us, right?
That's
The rivalry, it began many moons ago, 2019, I believe. 2019. There was a Ben Hogan event here in Nashville where you and I weren't captains for that. We were generals. That event went to a sudden death, single hole playoff, which you won. So let me introduce. I'll introduce you properly because you seem to get a little butthurt when I don't. Joining me tonight is the 2018 THP champion. Eliterate is here. So say hello.
What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for joining us, and we're going to try to keep it clean but dirty tonight. So we're gonna get after it a little bit.
Yeah, I never knew that I needed to introduce you like Johnny Miller. You know, the winner of the the winner of the 72 U.S. Open at Oakmont.
Shot 63.
He did shoot 63. You shot a 29 on the back, and we'll never let anyone forget 29 and best ball with your partner on the back. So I'm glad that, I mean, for you. Anyway, so yeah, this is a continuation, single hole playoff. I bladed a wedge on the third shot and put it over the green, and you won that hole with a par. Yeah, that's a $300 commemorative belt you have there.
Yeah. That's what champs wear right there.
Obviously bought before your current nuptial situation. That you've had that one for quite a long time.
I think in all honesty, I think I've had this thing 20 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think I remember when you got that. Honestly. Oh, I just lost Eliterate. So I guess I'm gonna do this by myself. Can y'all still see me that are watching? Yeah, there's a lot of can y'all still see me? Eliterate's gone. I'm not gonna remove him yet, but he looked like he jumped out of the chat. Okay, well, I guess I'm by myself. Like he's disappearing, like he's probably gonna disappear in our match on Sunday. So let me yeah, I mean I don't know I don't know what he's doing. Let me add him back. Okay, there he is. There he is. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine.
Sorry, my computer just like shut down. So my apologies to the THP universe there.
Yeah, so we're gonna dock for this. So without any further ado, let me I'll pull up your team on the ticker. I'll show what here's Team Eliterate. Combined handicap here is 12.4. That kind of oscillated up, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Of course, you're the captain. 9.3. Danny and JB are on your team, mainly because most of the THP universe wanted to play for Team JDax, and in like a 70-30 split. So you get credit for the last guy picked at recess, and you get both Danny, who I'm a huge Danny Lee guy, and you get JB here. You're joined by your buddy Scott, the stash, TTU cliffhanger. He comes in at 7.8. Tread 23, he comes in at a 12.2. Parrot 14.3, that was up about 2.6 from January. Luden 16.1, and Someonescoat 28.8. So there's your team. What were your thoughts? What are your thoughts about this group?
Well, let me just first say that while maybe the majority of THP Universe wanted to save you from the embarrassment of the Ben Hogan event that you suffered a few years ago, the majority of them are picking Team Eliterate again. So, you know, the old saying, everybody wants to be a gangster till it's time to do gangster shit. And we're going to find out, you know, once and for all and settle this thing this week.
There was no embarrassment. I was more upset with the fact that while I was trying to figure out where the sudden death playoff could occur, what hole, I see you out on the range like grinding. Okay. Then when I question, because I didn't get to hit any balls before the playoffs started, and then when I question what were you doing hitting balls, your response was, I didn't hit any that good. It's okay. It's fine.
Well, I'll just say the range session of about 4 balls that I hit.
No, I watched you hit more than 4 balls. This progressively gets less balls the more years we get removed.
At the end of the day, all you had to do was hit the green from 80 yards.
Yeah. I
mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike's pulling out all the cliches. So yeah, you know, 12.4. That's usually what we see. It's lower. We'll get to my team here in a second.
Well, here, let me tell you about my guys real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Some questions. So
go ahead.
The Parrot is coming off knee surgery, and we're playing winter golf. It's wet. You know, these guys are able to live in the South and post some scores. Coat just started playing golf a year ago, and he only had like 5 or 6 scores to begin with that got him a handicap on Grant. And he went down and played, I think, with his brother down in San Diego, and was able to post a few more scores and get a little bit more accurate handicap. So that's why his jumped up. And
I'm assuming that's him. That's him in the chat right now.
That's Coat right there, James.
Yeah. And then, you know, Loco's in here, you know, yeah, I did. I mean, yeah, I like to hit balls. Mike knows I like to get into a full lather. Okay. I'm a range rat.
It is true. You hit more balls than a lot of the Ben Hogan participants on the range that weekend.
Yeah, but not that day. So let's just move on. You get Danny, who's a stick. I know Danny's a stick. I was on Team Danny in the 2020 UST Mamiya experience at Hammock Beach. We won. You know, talk to me about Danny and JB when you found out that you were getting those 2 guys. How did you feel about that?
Obviously, I mean, they're welcome members of the team. You know, Danny and I go way back. I've had the opportunity to play with him and hang out with him at several events. Mm-hmm. And, you know, obviously JB, I've seen him and I've known him for the last, you know, 7 or 8 years that I've been on the forum, and I've gotten to play with him before, and he's going to be a great partner. I get to be his partner for Shamble at his home course. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm ready to take on Cobber and Billy H.
I can't wait to talk about that. Cannot wait to talk about the Willie Wood connection. TTU, you got any thoughts on TTU, Tread, Luden? Like you already mentioned some guys.
Let's see. I mean, so Luden, I know he's been doing some lessons, and he's really excited about some of the little changes he's made. Had a really good outing the other day, he feels like. Scott, you know, he cut his thumb, and so he's getting stitches out in the morning, and he's ready to roll. Talked to him earlier. Who else did you ask me about?
Luden.
Luden. He's had the lessons and
okay. He had the lessons.
Yeah.
Tread, you know, you're waiting for him to get out there.
Tread's handicap season, like where they just got out of the freeze on the 15th, and I know he got to play a couple of times, and he's feeling pretty good as well. So I'm confident in the boys. They're ready to roll, man.
Okay, let's take a look at my team. We'll show this. So
before you talk about the rest of your team, I just want to understand, how does an exquisite ball striker such as yourself get soft capped?
There was, I mean, as you know, there was every now and then there's certain issues that occur, right? I mean, usually it crops up every 90 days for me. And then, there's like emergency range sessions, there's alignment sticks, there's all these things that occur, and that happened. And so, it happened for a couple of rounds. I had to go to our friend, golf pro at the Grove, Jude, to finally, in just a panic, right? After an avalanche of strokes, went over there. It hasn't cropped up in a while. I'm not going to say what happens out loud, but I think that people that are watching can understand the plight, of someone that slightly that comes in over the top, and if they're not able to turn their body and they sort of sort of lift up and trying to get through it, something happens there.
It rhymes with the name Hank.
Yeah, I don't want to speak it.
Has a question, Dax, for you.
Yeah, what is the question?
How many training aids were used leading up to the event?
Where is the question? Yeah, I wanted to pull it up on the screen. So, how many training aids were used in the event? Well, I mean, in order to get rid of what was going on, there's a training aid that I've got called a speed trap, and I would highly recommend the speed trap. So we used speed trap. We used this anti-sway thing that Eliterate gave me for Christmas one time. We used multiple alignment sticks including like one of those big ones that you can like spear into the ground, and then like make sure that you're trying to maintain your spine angle. What else did I use? Oh, the skills glove. I used one of those. So what is that? So far, we're up to 4, 5. Yeah, okay, about 4 or 5 in different, like just trying to get rid of things. Yeah. I mean, so that's what happened. Let's talk about my team. Let's not talk about my training aids. I love training aids, by the way. There's nothing wrong with training aids. Love them. So, I mean, we've already talked about myself. BriMac comes in at a 5'7". He hasn't got to play all that much. It's not posting season for him, but from all reports, he's doing fine. Not the longest hitter in the world, but extremely straight. And former Morgan Cupper has some experience there. Marmill comes in at 8.4. I think that his handicap from January to now only increased by like 0.1 or 0.2. Maynard, a consummate grinder, like a consummate THP guy. He comes in at 10.1. Debo hasn't been in posting season. He's working on exercising some demons. There was like a really sort of like messy thing that I saw on Grint from last weekend. He told me not to worry about it. It was just like a one-off deal. He hadn't been able to move his handicap. They're not posting there, so it's at 11.9.
Succumbing to the pressure for Team JDax, what it sounds like.
No, I don't think it's pressure. I just think that, when you're up north, and we've seen this in several different events, when you're up north and you're trying to knock the rust off and you can't get out of the house, like the weather here has been terrible to get ready to grind for this. I mean, it's finally cleared up the last several weeks. I've hit so many balls the last 4 days just trying to, get things right that, I mean, I had to break out this, which is this Tiger Balm. This is the official ointment of Team JDax. Where's Hibler? Yeah. So
this kind of stuff real quick. Have you tried the Stamina Pro patches yet?
Yes, I did. And I like that. I like that stuff too. I also have tried, what is that thing that we used to buy? Swing oil.
Yeah.
I've tried that. So yeah, there's nothing that I won't try to play better. There's nothing that I won't go with. Captain Hibler, the granddaddy captain that's on my team. Hibler, I believe that he's going to find it here, but it's been a little bit of tough going for him as of late.
I heard he's a good handicap manager, so he's been getting beat like a drum by his wife, and I heard he's a good handicap manager. So he's just keeping those pops rolling.
Yeah, look, I played with him. I don't think that this is any sort of sitch, there's nothing nefarious going on. I just think that he's having a hard time
I think
finding finding his rhythm here. It's not always the same thing. Sometimes it's off the tee, and then if the tee's figured out, sometimes the short game's an absolute mess. I expect him to come in ready to play. It's going to be one of my favorite matches, besides the one that you and I are going to have. And we'll talk about his match later. The most improved award, shaved 1.7 strokes off of his handicap, is JB Cobb the third. Comes in at a 19, and my guy that always chooses violence over pleasantry, Billy H, at a 23.9. So yeah, I feel good. I feel good about this team. I like them in every match. So there's nothing else I can say. I think that we're ready to go.
How good did you feel about JB Cobb being on your team the last time?
Well, I mean,
there was a meltdown on the 12th tee box, I heard.
Yeah, I mean, we've moved past that. And what he's talking about. Yeah, there were some things that occurred last time in the way that in my man JB Cobb, but we're gonna move past that and probably not bring that up again. I don't know what happened to you there. Yeah, I mean, but he's ready to play. Like, he's worked very, very hard. You've seen pictures on the forum. I've been sent pictures also of him grinding. Kids in strollers, doesn't matter. He's out there hitting balls.
Is this the par 3 course that you can't post scores on?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that is, yeah, I'm not touching that. I mean, he's not here to discuss that, but yeah, I mean, you train how you can train, right? And Cobb's a consummate grinder. I think that he's going to come in and shock the world this weekend with a little redemption tour from the last time that he arrived in Nashville.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to seeing it firsthand. So
let's talk about the matches, dude. Let's talk about the matches.
Let's look at them.
Let's hold on.
What do we got? Here we go.
So there you go. I've got it up on screen. So Shamble day 1, match 1. Marmill and Debo go out against Danny Lee and Luden. So you go with the sort of a single digit with a mid, near scratch golfer with a semi high handicap. So low high versus mid
couple
here.
Mids.
Yeah, mid versus low high in a Shamble match.
I've played with 2 of these gentlemen. I haven't got to play with Tom or Luden yet, but I think having Danny with him and him being the first time, this being his first event, it's going to pair well, calm his nerves a little bit. Danny's pretty straight off the tee, and get this guy in the fairway and let's see what happens. I think he's going to be deadly, and I really, really, really like this pairing a lot.
Luden's handicap went up too. So is that indicative of how he's playing, or is that just something that your entire team did?
Well, he is another I think he's in Missouri, and it's just cold and wet, man. That's what happens during the winter. Handicaps go up when you're able to post a little bit. So mine went up a point. I think his went up around a point. Nothing big.
I come back with Marmill of Morgan Cup fame, and Debo, another first timer in this match with him. Debo is a pretty long hitter. Let's take a second to talk about the shafts that everyone received, because I think that I have one helium and mostly the link MX40 DX. Either blue or black on my team. I got a blue, you got a black.
Yep.
What was the breakdown of the shafts on your team?
We had one person get a helium, which I believe was Tread, and then the rest of the team was in black or blue. So real similar breakdown as your team. And from what I'm hearing from the guys that have gotten to take their shaft out so far, they're really, really enjoying it. So
I'm sure we'll see lots of droppers this weekend, especially at Gaylord, and it'll be bombs away.
Yeah, we haven't been told what yardage we're going to play Gaylord at, and that probably will depend on how many. Whether or not we're going to play blue or golds out there. It goes from 60. So you go either 6,300 to 6,600. I'm assuming that this being a driver shaft event that we're probably going to be playing back.
Is it still pretty wet out there?
Yeah, so that's what I need. I'm gonna talk to Josh about it. It is still pretty. That course doesn't drain. It sits right on the river. So it's a hard drainer. And if we get a bunch of rain tonight, that is cause for concern, as it is raining currently here in Nashville. Yeah, I like this group. They both have said the shaft is working really good for them. Debo's a little bit of a long ball hitter, a little bomb and gouger. Marmill is, sort of gonna mix it up. I like that. I like that pairing. I think that you bring a seasoned veteran with someone new, and then Danny is super easy to play with. Even for the people that are playing against him, if you've ever done that before.
Yeah, for sure.
Next match. So BriMac goes out with Captain Hibler. And so you TTU cliffhanger, the man of many boring jokes. I'm not sure, not the funniest guy in the world. He tries. So God bless him.
Frank.
In someone's coat. That's what. So talk to me about putting this pairing together.
Well, first, I just want to say I'm glad that you got someone's coat name right, because you were calling him some guy's coat before we started getting on air here.
Okay.
So you got it right. This pairing here, so these two kind of hit it off in our team chat. They've got some similar personal experiences. Also, too, I mean, Someonescoat, he just started playing golf about a year ago. Got into it, from his dad, and Scott, got into it from his grandfather, and those two kind of bonded pretty quick. But Scott's, his driver game's been really, really good. He's been solid off the tee. I think that's typically where my man Coat struggles the most. That's where a lot of them struggle, high handicap. And I think these two are going to be deadly, being able to use those pops. Scott, especially on par threes, Scott put one on the green, and then Coates putting with pops. I like it. Pop them and drop them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it puts a lot of pressure on Scott, right? TTU, to sort of hold the water. Maybe BriMac, but I think, I don't have just confidence in Captain Hibler. I've got faith, which is stronger than confidence, that he comes and makes this happen. I do like this pairing together, because I get probably the straightest person off the tee with someone that can, if the tee game starts working, is a long hitter. Captain Hibler can, I flat out hit bombs. I've been with him. I played with him before. I've seen it before. So I think that it's a little bit of a risk reward, but I do like them an awful lot.
I'm like I say, I'm honestly, I really like this pairing. I think you talk about putting pressure on Scott. I think Hibler's got all the pressure. He's talked all kind of crap in the forum, guaranteeing win here, guaranteeing to beat JB. Like, I want to see it. So, apparently he's either completely working us over with him struggling right now, or he's going to come in and shoot lights out. So I can't wait to see.
All eyes are on some guy's coat's got like a bag of clubs where like his bag costs so much that some Kia, he could have bought a Kia or a bag of new clubs, right? He could have bought a used Kia.
He is staying at the Knight's Inn tonight, and we told him not to let the Muras out of his sight.
Jeez. I don't know. Okay. And, look, no one knows anything about this guy. He comes in from Portland. He's got this bag full of, very expensive clubs. I can't wait to meet the guy. But there will be something said if this has been a total work and this guy is working us, and I'm going to be watching it very closely. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. I think the match that I wish that I was, but this is group 3. It's a group ahead of me. Here's Billy the Willie Wood connection, baby. Billy H, JB Cobb the third, a 24 and a 19, 2 highs. I pop them in a true sawdust on the floor, pop them and drop them. Go out against the 2 9s here of Eliterate and JB. What are your thoughts, man?
Well, here's what I like about JB and I. So JB, this is his home course, so he's gonna be able to talk me around the course. JB pretty good off the tee, so it's gonna free me up to try to hit the long ball. I'm no short hitter either. And if JB misses the fairway, I've got some really good clubs that I can use off the tee to get us in the fairway. So regardless of how many pops that Billy and JB are getting, they're still going to have to play some really damn good golf to get by JB and I. And I just don't think it's going to happen. I love this pairing, not just because I'm in it, but it's going to be solid.
Yeah, team shot.
But I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I mean, if JB Cobb has really improved that much, man, good on him.
The Willie Wood connection. The Willie Wood connection.
But
the two country boys.
Are they going to feel out of place not being able to push a stroller around when they play together?
Like, I'm not sure. Look, there's a lot of weirdness going on. Like you got to get rounds in whenever you can get rounds in, right? And I admire Cobb's tenacity. I admire his work ethic. He's coming in with this thing. He's got something to prove. I would not be surprised if this match goes late, and I am not surprised at all if they pull off the shocker. And I cannot wait until they pull off the shocker and we get to dinner. Okay, because you're not hearing the end of this if that goes on. The final.
Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when they lose?
Well, I mean, it's a no pressure situation, right? It's a win-win for me. It's a win-win for them. Even look, you've been dismissive. I know that in the back. I cannot wait until you pucker. Like, if this thing gets late, like y'all should. According to you love this pairing. You and JB's game match up really well. Well, if the 2 guys from Willie Wood, the Willie Wood connection, if they start finding something and they get this match late, do you start thinking, oh my God, the entire forum we told them it would not happen. We guaranteed it would not happen. And now the world's about to be shocked with JB Cobb the third and Billy.
At the end of the day, let me just say this. It's just golf. And I can live with whatever the result is. But I'm battle tested. I'm ready, and there's nothing that JB Cobb and Billy H can do to pucker me up. Period.
Okay. Big words. Big words.
It
sounds like you're projecting. I stop projecting. Okay, let's get to the last match. This is the last match of the Saturday sesh. I go out with Maynard. So we go mid.
So let's talk about this for a second. So was there any question that you were ever going to, since you're one of the lower handicaps on your team, were you going to put yourself with one of the higher handicaps?
Well, I mean, we
like JB Cobb, for instance. There were 20. That'd have been a great pairing.
You can ask my team. Some of them are in the comments. There were 27 different configurations that we went over as a team. Different possible configurations, and we arrived at what we arrived. Now, we don't have alternate shot in this format. And then when we talked about this originally, we did, right? So, for a variety of reasons, mainly because my course sucks, at doing the right thing. We had to remove alternate shot from the format. And so some of the pairing magic here is to try to get out of alternate shot with at least a split. There's no doubt about that, but it didn't happen for us. I like this pairing with Maynard. I was going to go out. There was discussed that I would go out with Hibler. It was discussed that maybe I go out with Marmill. In multiple, we got down to like 3.
I called Marmill or Maynard. I knew that's who you were going to pair yourself with, and I was right.
And then, well, I mean, I felt that I had a pretty good feeling that you'd pair yourself with JB too. Like, I mean, I didn't publicize it, but I thought that that's either. I thought that's probably.
But here's the thing: why wouldn't I pair myself with JB?
Why wouldn't I pair myself with Maynard?
I don't know. I mean,
he's a better iron player. He's a better iron player than I am, and we both can get off the tee, and we're going to be a whole lot of trouble for Parrott and Tread. Well,
Parrott's a grinder. And there is not a bigger, deeper grinder than Tread. Tread has actually played that course a bunch, so you may have your hands full more than what you think.
No, I'm not thinking anything. I'm not disrespecting anything. I know that if I play to our ability, I've never, in the interest of full disclosure, I've never played great at Bluegrass. Okay. There's elevation changes. The rough's a little bit different than it is at Gaylord. The greens are totally different. It's bent versus Bermuda. So that takes a little bit of getting used to if you're used to putting on Bermuda all of the time, like I am. But I think that I know the course well enough to know where I can get around, and I think I have a good round in me there.
Tread has played the course, the most out of anybody outside of JB.
Okay, because
so he's very well versed in the course.
I've only played with JB once. I mean, not once or twice out there. Maybe 3 or 4 times.
I think you've got your hands more full than what you think. These boys are going to bring it.
Okay, I hope they do. I hope they do, because we have a very tight itinerary. Okay, I'm planning on being able to get to the showers early. So hopefully they bring it, because I'm gonna have to. I can't drive all the way home and then come back for dinner. I'm gonna have to shower at the course. So in my world,
everybody's showering at the course.
Yeah, so preferably in my world, we knock this out pretty soon, and that way we can go ahead and get showered, right? I mean, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
Okay.
So let's talk singles. Yeah, I mean, this is the main event. So like most times you have to wait until the end for the main event. This is the main event of the Sunday, and we're gonna go out first for a variety of reasons. Because no matter what happens on Saturday, the rivalry could still hang in the balance, right? There's 8 points available on Sunday. There's only 4 available on Saturday. So no matter what happens, it still could be a competitive situation. 6.5 points wins the rivalry. So you don't want to put yourself in a match where it may not matter if you put the captain's match at the end. So we decide that we're going to go out with it still in the balance at the beginning. You're laying 3 here in this spot. You were laying 4 until, whatever your thing going on there, your rust, winter rules, whatever. My handicap did not move since January.
Well, that's because you're soft capped. You have a 50% decrease in movement when you get 3 above your 12-month low. So yeah, let's talk about that.
I mean, this is also well. I mean, I wasn't. Look, I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. I was fully expecting this. This is exactly what occurred before the 2020 Morgan Cup in the lead up, where your handicap oscillated up. So
I had a newborn.
Yeah. Okay, next time it'll be Columbus Day.
Columbus Day.
Well, we break to some comments here. Mike paired himself with JB. Yeah, this is exactly right. Cobb is telling me I had spreadsheets when it came to the pairings with what I felt was the most optimal, and I will and I'll let them vote on which one. But let me go back to the banner. Sorry, I had to answer a couple questions. Yeah, so this goes down at Gaylord. So we leave Bluegrass, we go to Gaylord.
Yep.
All right.
A course that we've played hundreds of times together.
Hundreds of times since 2011, right? And maybe even before that. Before we both became members. I think it was 2011. It was after the flood. Yeah, it was the year after the flood. Nashville flooded.
It's been 10 or 11 years ago. So.
Yeah, and Nashville flooded in 2010, and then we joined a year after that. So the course knowledge is not gonna. Both of us have the same course knowledge. Both of us have very similar scar tissues on certain holes. Historically speaking, I've played the 15th hole way better than you. But you played the 4th hole way better than I have. Right. So like there's certain holes that contain certain bad memories, bad juju, bad karma for both of us. And the great thing about this match is that it's different holes. Like we both, maybe both of us have like, that bunker on, like you don't have a thing for that bunker on 7, but I do. The tree on 2, these type of things. We're going to try to navigate not only against each other, but navigate our haunted past on some of these places. And I get 3 here. So
what are the 3 top 3 handicap holes there? I can't remember.
I think it's 5, 18, and 11.
Is it 5, 18, and 11? Okay. So you may not even see 18. You may not even get a pop on 18. You may only get 2.
Right. I'm planning on not seeing 18. Like I'm planning on look. The only reason that we're not seeing that I'm not going to pop on 18 is that this match has already been concluded, and that could go either way, either for you or me, right? You may not see 18 either, where you may not have to fade the pop on 18 because we're already driving. We're turning around to will another match in. Now the match that goes out with us.
So we may be trying to will the match in with us.
Right. Well, so let's see the match that goes out with us. Billy H. Yeah. So here comes Billy, 24. He's going to round up to 24. I don't know what his course handicap is, but it doesn't matter. A 24 versus a 29. That is the match that goes out with us. Thoughts?
I mean, this is your high cap against my high cap, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch firsthand, just seeing these 2 battle. So I can't wait to see. Coates a very inexperienced golfer, and so him getting a match play, right out of the gate, I love it. So this is going to be a fun matchup. Coates going to take down the Captain America himself over there.
Like, I mean, here's let me go. I'm going back. If you think for a second that this is going to be some coronation, that you're just going to waltz into Nashville and that you're going to close this out early, you need to grab your time card and clock in, because I am not to be trifled with today. I'm feeling good about this, and I think that this match goes deep.
Well, Dax, let me just tell you this. So I hope to God that you have your A game and I have my A game, and we can put on the show of shows for everybody, like what was it, Macho Man Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat at
WrestleMania 3, yeah, WrestleMania 3,
or Ric Flair when he dropped the title to Sting, what was that, 1989 Great American
Match?
Look,
July 7th, 1990, Baltimore, Maryland.
I really that's what I want.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that we just bring it and we put on the show of shows.
Yeah, I hope this is Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. I hope this is one for the ages. Let's talk about this match, because I mean, Danny comes out and Danny's pretty good. There's no doubt, and I'm a Danny Lee guy, so you're not going to hear any disparaging comments about Danny from me. He goes out against BriMac. I do like this match. It's my lowest handicap. I'm gonna send him out against the lowest handicap for the other team.
Put the comment up from Double B real quick.
From Double B. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Where's Double B at? Oh.
There it is, right there.
Okay, Double B. Who is Double B? I mean,
I don't know who Double B is.
I don't know who that is.
He's on the forum, but he's a team illiterate.
I mean, obviously.
All right, Danny Lee and BriMac.
Yeah. So basically in this one, I mean, I just throw out the 2 lows. Like, this is your lowest handicap. Danny's a very good golfer. He comes in at 1.2, and my lowest handicap on my team is BriMac, and he's going to get 5 here. And I hope that I can get something here. Maybe he pulls this out, but it's best on best, iron on iron. We'll have to see how it goes.
It's going to be fun to watch. Danny's taking that one for sure.
I think BriMac may have a little something. Yeah, something planned.
We'll see. You said he hadn't been able to play. He's rusty, so.
He's a little rusty, but he even traveled to get a practice round in, so his desire is top notch. Maynard, my man Maynard, my partner, the Cartner, goes out against TTU. Mainly because like, TTU tried to start a little like rivalry with Captain Hibler. Captain Hibler wasn't having any of it, so it didn't really work out. And so then this is sort of the match that draws TTU lane 2 to a very battle-tested M. Maynard here.
Scott's been playing some good golf this year, and I don't. It's been a long time since I've got to play with Matt, so I think this will be a really good match. Just all the jokes aside, I think this will be a really good match, and I like my man Scott to take it down.
I hope the Scott that showed up when y'all played in that event together shows up versus the way he's been playing now.
Scott did win his granddaddy match, more than you can say.
Yeah, but he didn't have to play Finley. So, I mean, let's just, call it what it is. Yeah, I like Maynard. Maynard's battle tested. He's played in a bunch of these. Nothing's going to phase him. He's getting 2 pops here. So it's experience versus the supposed better golfer. Give me my guy with that's been totally battle tested over the years. I like that match. I think it could be very close, but I like Maynard in it. Hibler, my man, the captain, the granddaddy captain. Speaking of the granddaddy captain, he goes against JB. There's been a guarantee made here. This is a ton of pop. Look, here's the thing. This is a ton of pops. I don't think that JB was expecting to have to lay this many. So he's going to lay roughly 8 here to Captain Hibler. Because Hibler's going to round at 17. He's going to round down to 9.
Word on the street is JB has already beat Hibler in match play. And he's just going to beat him like a drum again. So next match.
Look. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this again. I don't have just confidence in Hibler that he finds it this weekend. I have faith.
So you're saying he's been working us?
I don't know if it's been work. I mean, look, golf's a weird game. I think that he found something. I think he's found something. He's gonna get in town a little bit early tomorrow. He may even try to work out some things in the short game area, because I think that's where this sort of oscillating up has occurred for him. So I think that he just needs to exercise some demons there. We move on. Debo and Parrott. This match was even in January. Now Debo's going to be lane 2. I don't know. Like, I mean, so Parrott's handicap went up 2.6. 2.6. More than Hibler's did, for the record, since January. Debo hasn't been able to post. So who knows what type of shape his game comes in here.
Look, Rusty, my man Rusty is coming off a knee surgery. So he's not too far removed from that, but the knee is feeling good. He is finding some things that he likes in his game at the right time, and I think he's going to show up ready to play. And Debo's going to have his hands full. So,
well, that's good because he's got big hands. Okay, this is the biggest guy on my team. I've never played with him. I'm going to ride with him in the practice round. I think that he comes and finds a way to impose his will here on Parrott.
Well, I guess, we're going to play and find out. So right. I can't wait.
So here we go. This is the last group. So if the rivalry could be on the line, okay, again, if I was booking the thing, the redemption story would be Cobb returns to the 18th hole with a chance to win the rivalry and exercises the demons from the 2019 Ben Hogan event when he was in the same spot on the 18th hole with a chance to win at least a half a point for his team. Half point would have got it done here. Maybe a half point hangs in the balance. He goes against Tread 23, who I think that as you describe everyone, I think this is the guy that's working us. Like, he's going to come in like anybody that shows up in any one of these things. And he says he's a 12 and he's going to like play like Johnny Rod. Like he sounds like he's
so
like a 12.
What you're saying, you're accusing him of being the guy that came in as a 13 and shot 3 consecutive days in the 70s on his own ball on your team.
Look, he got hot. That guy got hot. No, yeah. I mean, look, if that happens, I'm gonna be telling you the same thing here.
Look, I've played with Tread before. He's a legitimate 12. You know,
okay.
So his handicap's legit.
Okay,
you don't have to worry about that with him.
He's gonna be laying, laying 7 here. Gonna lay 7.
I mean, look, Tread wanted this match, and I gave it to him, and he's going to take down, JB Cobbler the third or the 76th or whatever it is.
I believe in Cobb. Faith, hope, and Cobb. Last match. Faith, hope, and Cobb. Last match. Marmill goes out against Loudon here. Marmill's gonna lay 8. Honestly, there's a reason I put this match at the end in case the rivalry hung in the balance. I like the guy with the experience here at the end to attempt to close out. If we absolutely have to have a point at the end, you send Loudon out against Marmill. Why did you do it?
Well, I mean, Loudon. This is a good one, and Loudon is. He's found some stuff in his game at the right time. He's coming off a really good lesson and, worked some swing changes, and he's super confident coming into this weekend. And I think he's going to be a very tough out for Marmill, especially if Marmill gets wild off the tee. I know he can. It may be a long day for him.
Okay. I mean, so if you're scoring at home, we both like our team in every match. Okay.
Exactly.
So you weren't going to get any sort of like, yeah, I like my team in every match. So does Mike. Final thoughts. Let's go to final thoughts because we're running a little over than what I wanted to go here.
Well, do we have any questions?
Let me pull up.
Folks, if you have some questions, throw them in here.
Any questions,
and we'll answer them real quick.
Do you see anything that's good? Who is Tread? Marjorie. Bring it. Who is Rusty? I mean, most of these people are making fun of us.
Rusty is Parrot, Matt.
I've never played in JB in match play. He is not. That is right.
That's right. It was your wife that beat you. My bad. Not JB.
TTU, more worried about his mustache in the game. Maynard takes it. I like this one. This is from someone on your team. BriMac's an assassin. Don't count him out. I mean, so yeah. Okay, loving the tight itinerary. I like it, yeah. No, I mean, not a whole lot of questions. Columbus Day. So I guess that drew a pop. No, that's about it. So if you have any questions, we're going to continue this discussion on the THP forum. So if you have any further questions or comments, leave them there. Do you have anything else to say?
Billy asked, Mike, will I shake your hand after the match? Of course I will shake your hand. I will shake every person on the team's hand after all their matches. I am not like your captain who pouts after the match and refuses to shake his friend's hand. Great question, Billy.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
How much did Mike pay for his haircut? I paid $60 today, Hibler. Thank you.
I mean, that's ridiculous in and of itself. I haven't paid for a haircut in years.
Well, that's what you call follically challenged, Dax.
Yeah, which is fine. Can't wait for the forum to watch along. Here's a question. I don't know. We'll find out. I mean, I've never been in the ladies' bathroom at Gaylord, but we'll find out if he's in there. So we're gonna continue to post throughout the night. So for all you guys that and Marjorie, I think is the only person here that joined us, I appreciate it. And we are out.
Later.